Narcissism and self-sabotage in relationships, the cycle of connection and rupture. Relationships are a cornerstone of human experience, offering support, intimacy, and personal growth. However, for narcissistic individuals, maintaining healthy and lasting relationships can be particularly challenging. While they often seek connection to fulfill their needs for validation and admiration, their behaviors, driven by insecurities and self-focused tendencies, frequently lead to self-sabotage. This dynamic creates a cycle of connection and rupture, leaving both the narcissist and their partners feeling unfulfilled and strained. This article explores how narcissism contributes to self-sabotage in relationships, the underlying psychological factors, and strategies for fostering healthier connections. The roots of self-sabotage in narcissistic relationships. Narcissistic self-sabotage in relationships is rooted in their psychological makeup and defense mechanisms. 1. Fear of vulnerability. Emotional closeness requires vulnerability, which narcissists often avoid to protect their fragile self-esteem. 2. Validation dependency. Relationships are often seen as a source of validation rather than mutual support, leading to imbalanced dynamics. 3. Perfectionism. Unrealistic expectations of themselves and their partners create constant dissatisfaction. 4. Control and power dynamics. A need to dominate relationships undermines the equality necessary for healthy connections. Manifestations of self-sabotage in relationships. Narcissistic individuals often engage in behaviors that undermine their relationships, including emotional manipulation, gaslighting, undermining their partner's perception of reality to maintain control or avoid accountability, guilt tripping, eliciting guilt to gain compliance or attention, inconsistent behavior, love bombing and withdrawal, alternating between intense affection and emotional detachment to create dependency, unpredictability, keeping partners off balance to maintain a sense of power in the relationship, criticism and blame, projection, attributing their own faults or insecurities to their partner, hypercriticism, finding flaws in their partner to deflect attention from their own shortcomings, fear of intimacy, avoidance, pulling away from deeper emotional connection to prevent vulnerability, conflict escalation, creating unnecessary disputes as a way to distance themselves emotionally. The impact of self-sabotage on relationships. The behaviors associated with narcissistic self-sabotage have significant consequences for both the narcissist and their partner. 1. Erosion of trust. Manipulative and inconsistent actions create distrust and resentment. 2. Emotional exhaustion. Partners often feel drained from trying to navigate the narcissist's emotional needs and behaviors. 3. Cyclic patterns. Repeated conflicts and reconciliations prevent long-term stability and growth. 4. Isolation. Over time, the narcissist may struggle to maintain meaningful relationships, leading to loneliness. Strategies for breaking the cycle. Both narcissistic individuals and their partners can take steps to address self-sabotaging behaviors and build healthier relationships. For narcissistic individuals. 1. Develop self-awareness. Reflect on how their actions affect their relationships and identify patterns of self-sabotage. 2. Practice vulnerability. Gradually open up about fears and insecurities to build emotional intimacy. 3. Focus on mutuality. Shift attention from seeking validation to fostering a balanced, supportive dynamic. 4. Engage in therapy. Professional guidance can help uncover underlying fears and develop healthier relational skills. 5. Set realistic expectations. Accept imperfections in themselves and their partners as part of a healthy relationship. For partners. 1. Set clear boundaries. Communicate limits and enforce them consistently to protect emotional well-being. 2. Avoid enabling. Resist the urge to constantly accommodate the narcissist's needs at the expense of your own. 3. Encourage open communication. Create a safe space for honest dialogue about feelings and expectations. 4. Seek support. Engage with friends, family, or therapists to navigate the challenges of the relationship. 5. Recognize your limits. Understand that change requires effort from both sides, and prioritize your own mental health. Cultivating healthier relationships. For narcissistic individuals, Breaking the cycle of self-sabotage involves embracing emotional growth and mutual respect. Acknowledge the need for change, recognize how self-sabotaging behaviors undermine their goals for connection. Invest in emotional intelligence, develop empathy, self-regulation, and active listening skills. Prioritize long-term fulfillment, shift focus from immediate validation to the deeper satisfaction of meaningful relationships. Celebrate progress, acknowledge small successes in building healthier habits and connections. Conclusion. Narcissistic self-sabotage in relationships highlights the tension between the desire for connection and the fear of vulnerability. By addressing these dynamics and fostering self-awareness, narcissistic individuals can build more balanced and fulfilling relationships. For their partners, maintaining boundaries and promoting open communication are essential for navigating these challenges and fostering mutual growth. Together, these efforts can break the cycle of connection and rupture, paving the way for healthier and more enduring bonds.